Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield. And real quick, I want to show you what's going on with the map in our game here, in our season, and tell you a couple positive, happy things. And also, we took Gundabad yesterday, and I recommend an app you want to use on your phone, all right? So I had to go, okay, real quick story, and I'll get straight to it. So here's the map. Here's how we're doing. Pretty awesome, pretty great battles going on in this kingdom now. And I'll tell you a little bit of positive updates on things too. But we just took Gundabad yesterday. Good job, Team Fire. And I believe Latin was helping us, and Burn, and we were all working together, and we did it. We took it. It was actually really hard. It took us like 45 minutes. And I also want to talk about one other thing. But hey, look, I got in the top 2 with damage dealers, commanders. I killed like 6 or 7 out of the 60 level 50 armies. But anyway, I did a recording for you guys for the whole thing from the car. I had to take someone to the dentist yesterday, one of my family members. So I'm like, hey, I'll try a new app, right? So I tried with the camera and everything because I have a really good phone, right? And I was like, okay, I'll use this called V Recorder, this app, right? And I started, and there's a 3-day free trial where you don't pay anything. So okay, I'll try the good version. Here we go. And I tested it, worked. The first minute, okay, sweet, did it ahead, spent like 40 minutes waiting, because I was waiting like 2 hours there. So then I started, and the event starts. We did a great job. We take it right. Good job, guys. 45 minutes, hour video. It was really fun, talking during it. We were doing things, battling from our RiseToWar people. I'm like, good, I got a used my time well, right? And then I find out the file corrupts and messes up, right? It's there, it was recording, it wasn't user error, it wasn't anything with my phone. The app glitched and it was recording, because even in my photos and my folders, it's there, the file, but it says can't open, it's corrupted. So the app messed up basically as it was recording. I was kind of bummed, but you know what? Hey, I would have been sitting there waiting anyway, so at least I helped with the, taking Gundabad. We talked and had fun anyway. But let you guys know, careful with the app called V Recorder. And then, to add insult to injury, I cancel because it's free, and I find out the app charged me anyway. Even though they said it was a 3-day trial where you didn't have to spend anything, you could cancel before, they charged me $20. And I'm like, whoa, I'm not paying that. So now I have to deal with that. But anyway, not a big deal. Not the end of the world in money. My bank will figure it out. But yeah, be careful with V Recorder. I don't recommend it because I have the best phone out there, and I had it all, and it didn't work. So again, I have a good phone, so I can do stuff for the channel, right? Which I record stuff all the time, right? Again, to my RiseToWar fans, I played an orchestra performance for a Christmas concert, and I put it on the channel if you're curious and checking it out. But anyway, we did a great job. We took this. Now, on a side note, I would really love this for RiseToWar to make this first. I know I've talked about it in the past, but I really would like if first occupation showed more than 3 people and showed more than just the fellowship that last hit it. If you're a kingdom, I think that it should include everybody in the kingdom, meaning all 3 fellowships, or all, if they update it later, have more fellowships again. Everyone is included, right? I really think that should be a thing with this. I don't know why they haven't updated that. Or everyone in a faction, right? If you're playing another game mode, not just the fellowship that last hits it, but everyone that helped, right? And again, this would be a better way to prevent a few things, right? It will prevent the fact of people, let's say you're in a faction, another fellowship that's really tiny is helping, and then the last one that hits it, right? And they've only done like, maybe let's say, 500,000 siege. And now all your people who did 5 million, 4 million on the big group don't get any credit, right, for their little thing. And again, this isn't the end of the world, right? This is just a fun little extra thing. But I think it would be a good update to make it where it's everyone in the faction or everyone in the kingdom gets put in here in the top 3. Or I really think it should be the top 5 of both, or top 10. They could expand this, right, to show 5 or show 10 as a bigger little square here, right? That could be easy to do. I think that would be really cool. I think that would add to people wanting to help, right, in the whole faction, the whole kingdom, because it's like, oh, I have a better chance of actually being seen on the leaderboard forever for the first capture reward, right? Because I think this whole first occupation reward is really cool, but I think that would really add more to also see the discrepancy maybe of like the top 10 and see how like the top 3 or 4 are just crazy damage, and then the rest kind of trickle down and they're damaged out, right? But it would make more people feel like, oh, well, I'll have a chance of getting on the leaderboard, because most people are big hitters, right? I haven't gotten any of the leaderboards this entire season except for this one, because I finally got my Gimli up stuff, right? I was helping other people take tiles, so I really wasn't hitting all the keeps hard. I was bringing siege, and I would get 1 or 2 armies to help, and that's all I would do. But again, this time I brought like 6 big hitting commanders, hence why I got second in the thing, which is cool and all. But I think it would be neat. I think it would add more people wanting to work together and more people come because, oh, I have a chance at being on the cool leaderboard for the rest of the season until you start the next one. These all reset, right? Because again, if you go to any of them, right, you can go to any of fire ones that we've taken, you can see who are the big hitters. But again, you can see who consistently are the big hitters. But again, I think having more categories would help. And also, you know, other fellowships have a chance that are smaller who probably don't last hit it, right? Or they do end up last hitting it, and then the big fellowship feels left out because they don't get anything. So anyway, what do you guys think about that in the comments? I think that's a very simple little update for RiseToWar that would make it really, really fun, right, for everybody. I've been saying that now for like 4 seasons. I think that would be a really cool little update, RiseToWar, if you guys are listening. I know you guys do care. You do listen to your communities. So I think that would be a cool thing that would not mess up anything or have any side effects, right, at all. That would just be completely for fun and make everyone more happy. Like, no one would be against that. I can't think of anyone that would be against that, right? Like, even the people who are heavy hitters are still going to be on the top, right? And even it's better for them because there's not a chance that it gets taken by a smaller fellowship and now they don't get any credit, right? But then there's more slots, so more people get credit than just those top 3 heavy hitters, right? I think it's all around would be a positive thing, just for a side fun thing, because half this game is fun being in the community and being able to show off that, like, oh, look, I was a part of this for that season, right? Anyway, cool. So this is how the map's going. Now to another subject real fast. We took Gundabad. Well done, guys. Super fun. So we had a little bit of stuff that happened, which you know in that other video I talked about. I tried to be really fair to both sides and listen to all sides. But Red, we had it the worst, I feel. But again, I don't want to be a crybaby. We were fighting our best. We were being as honorable as we could. But some stuff happened. It was a little rough. I think a lot of miscommunication happened because I actually had some good communication then from Blue Kingdom. And they were kind of like, we didn't know this happened. You know, we were doing this. That was another person in our group kind of thing. And it's like, I totally understand that's going to happen. There's hundreds of people on both sides. Okay. So again, I've actually had some wonderful fights. The Sausage Kingdom. You know, if you guys see this, you know, you got a group. We have a group between Black Kingdom, Blue Kingdom that want to make the Sausage Kingdom, like to honor Sam, I'm assuming, and the hobbits for loving sausage. But yeah, sausage is delicious. We love that. Or roast pork. But anyway, it was really good. Had fun. So now we've made it. Fire still wanted to be. We know the Black Kingdom, but what happened kind of a little bit galvanized back when it happened. I think Blue was worried that our kingdom and Black wouldn't make it balanced and that we would just overwhelm them. So they did a kind of an attack thing on us. Some of their people, not all of them, they didn't all agree on it. Let me make this very clear. And there was a lot of a little bit of miscommunication between everybody, but and there was not enough communication, which is kind of what happened. But between a lot of kingdoms, because I know my group, my leaders were asking for a few days, and things were happening, and our capital was being taken. We're like, what's going on, right? But unfortunately, what it did is I think it galvanized kind of, unfortunately, the Red and Black Kingdom more against the Blue Kingdom, and the Blue Kingdom got kind of mad at some of their other people that did those things, which they were very honorable about it. And again, there's some great, wonderful players in the Blue Kingdom. So our kingdoms, again, everyone's been super honorable now. Okay, so like the 1 or 2 players on both sides that were maybe problem causers kind of been pushed aside, and we've kind of worked it out. So Black Kingdom is going to get the ring. Is I think the plan the main leaders have added. They're going to have 3 rings, right? They're going to have Sul, this one, and the Minas Tirith. And then, of course, the Red Kingdom, we have Dol Amroth still. Aladdin's been defending that hardcore for weeks. Well done, you guys, including our team Fire. We have, in fact, most of our people have been down here fighting. Over half of our fellowship has been down here. And then the rest of us have been kind of just like battling it out up here with Blue. This was all Blue. And then, of course, we have this one. And I believe the ruling agreement on all the fellowships was maybe Blue's getting a little bit of hard end of the stick, I understand, or whatever that terminology is. But we're going to take this one, have 3, and then we're going to make sure to not push past a certain point for Blue, because we're getting close to the end of the season anyway, and they're going to keep these 2 rings to make sure they get rewards too, right? Again, I had a few seasons ago that was terrible. Again, all these kingdoms have been very honorable. Everybody wants to win, right? Of course, that's the thing. Again, Red, we were almost at the point where we were like, well, we'll let Black has been trying to moderate, been fair to everyone. We'll just let them win, and we'll just have 1 ring. or whatever, or 2 rings, right? But then it all kind of worked out, and I think that's what we're like battling for it. I don't know the exact details, and for political reasons of stuff, I'm not gonna start telling back conversations, right? I'm always very, I'm just giving you the flat stuff that everyone kind of knows, right? Like, this is what everyone knows now. It's like public. But very honorable. Everyone's being very honorable. So we're not pushing past this point. See, it says, please don't hit. We're telling people, like, don't keep hitting this. Because we had a couple people who kept doing it. We're like, stop it, right? And then we'll probably have a PvP zone and have fun fighting and stuff like that as well. So that's kind of the goal, I think, right now. But again, after that happened with the one person that was in our group, which a lot of Blue didn't know about, I guess there was a spy in our fellowship, remember? And Red was kind of like, why? We were like, why is that happening? And then a lot of the Blue didn't know that person was in our group, I think, at least the majority, from what I heard on both sides. Okay, again, I'm being very fair to both sides because things happen, right? And there were some things that Blue said that we did that weren't good too. I don't know how much substance in this in some of those, but I did 1 or 2 of them. I was like, yeah, I could see that happening, right? I was like, yeah, I could see why they're annoyed too. So, but it's a war game, right? That's gonna happen. But anyway, again, I would like to point out everyone's been super honorable at this point, and again, it's a little we've made plans now to make it an honorable ending, not just wiping out. Because again, like I was saying, I had a thing happen 3 seasons ago. Listen to this story, okay? We joined Arnor. This is the factional thing. And Erebor was this other faction, and they had the biggest whale group. So there's some really big whales in all of our fellowships here, big players. But I mean, let's put it this way: if all 3 of our kingdoms here in this server were up against this faction that we were fighting, I don't think we could win. They're one fellowship. They had 100 players that had put so much money into this game. Like, they had this one guy, I think he had like 10 commanders, full gold, full refined, all like rank 25 commanders. It was insane, okay? It was like he could, by himself, hold off like 50 players. It was crazy. Now, maybe that's a little exaggeration, because I don't know even at that point if you have enough troops, right? If you beat on someone enough, the nice thing about this game is even the free-to-play, if you have enough people working together, you can still beat someone who's a stronger whale, just beating them down slowly, right? But, a whale meaning they spent more money on the game, right? Again, I feel like they still balance this game to an extent, but I will say if you're a free-to-play player and you've been playing longer than another free-to-play player, you will have a better opportunity because you get a free roll each day, so that means there's a higher chance that you have a bigger built-up commander with respect and items. So if you are free-to-play, I recommend at least being on every day to do your free roll, okay? By the way, a little side note, I always do it still, even though I spend money in the game too, I always do my free roll, because I've gotten like I told you last week, I've gotten all these letters and armor in the last 2 weeks of just my free daily roll. I've gotten like 2 or 3 3 letters I think I've gotten, and then some gold items. So you do get free stuff like when you roll as a free-to-play player still. So don't give up. Keep rolling each day. It's free to roll each day once or twice. So anyway, really cool battles going on. We kind of finished up. We got that finally. So these areas can't be claimed, right? They don't. Well, this one can. We just have to take this, but we have to occupy those last ones. But yeah, that is what's going on right now. And the Ring of Power, right? Oh, someone just took a keep, right? Literally this very second. Who took a keep? Oh, wow. All right. Well, that keep just got taken literally during the video. But yeah. So anyway, I do like the fact that RiseToWar extended the map for the Kingdoms game mode, that it's way down here now too. There's a lot more land. I think that's really cool. I would be completely down, like I talked about in my other video, for them expanding to the right or north a little bit. I think it would be fun. Wouldn't it be cool if they did added a second age version of the game and they added the island of Numenor? Granted, it's supposed to be out farther, I get that. But for a game perspective, wouldn't it be cool if, there were, 3 or 4 port cities you had to take, and once you took those port cities, your armies could travel across, right? And that would be an interesting, distance thing, because when you attack across water, your boat has to travel. So, maybe you could, do rallies and go across and try to, take ports and, have a ring on that island for the Kingdoms game mode, or a different game mode, maybe, a Numenor game mode or something. I don't know. Where the Ring of Power is on Numenor and no one can start in Numenor, right? But there's different spots along the ocean where you could travel to Numenor, different locations on Numenor. Wouldn't that be a cool idea? Side idea. Maybe I'll make a separate video for that. We'll talk about that more. But again, I think that's some cool ideas they could do with that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. There's some updates. Good job, guys, taking Gundabad. And you guys have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. And quick little shout-out and thank you to my Patreons. Thanks to Skumley for his support. Subscribe buttons there. Next episode of RiseToWar's up there. Lotro Tales over there. And by the way, RiseToWar fans, we're having a... If you do play Lotro, even if you just get on to get screenshots, we're doing a Christmas event for fun. Go check out my video event about that. And I'm not talking about the Patreon Christmas event. I'm talking about the screenshot event for that game. Yeah. Can't really do that in RiseToWar. Because, yeah, be kind of fun to do some kind of scavenger thing on RiseToWar, though, wouldn't it? I don't know. We'll think about it. Leave comments. What do you think? You guys have a good day. Thanks for watching the little video. I'll see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings.